Melbourne for round 9 of Invictus F1 Performance League. Good evening, Malk, as always.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited for tonight's race, and I certainly hope that we get a dry race compared to last week's wet Monza race. So please give us a dry race for this
I reckon it's going to wet.
No, I think I'm hoping that it'll be dry. I mean, certainly with Albert Park, we do have a 3.3 mile track consisting of 29 laps and 16 turns with two DRS zones, so plenty of track to give us lots of action tonight, Malk.
Yes, definitely. I mean, especially last week where it was just epic. Let's just hope we see that again. Your fast-paced commentary.
Well, I'm hoping to be a bit more calmer this week. There was just a lot of action. There was a lot of action to keep up with last week, and I was struggling to keep up with it.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen, but you might hear some more Borat moments, shall we say. So, if you're in, fair play. If not, tough. So, it looks like it's going to be a dry start, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like we'll get dry qualifying at least. So that we should see some very competitive times, but I hope that we actually see some really close times as well. Drivers such as Kilo has been looking impressive, as well as GFM UFC, who's actually I'm starting already. He's actually commented that he is struggling around Australia at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So at the looks as if most drivers do have the ultra soft tyre fitted, apart from Kilo and Delange on soft, with Kilo on super soft, and Nitro's also came out on a super soft. At the moment, the quickest strategy around Albert Park is a one-stop strategy with the super soft and the soft tyres. Although yes, I think most drivers will elect to get higher up the grid, just to avoid any collision in turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in this situation, Craig, what do you think you would do in that situation, depending on what car you had?
I think track position is key. So certainly if you can avoid first turn incidents, then that will play to your advantage. Yes. There's only 2 seconds of a difference between the ultra soft and super soft strategy. So certainly a lot of the quicker drivers might elect to go for grid position over strategy.
Okay. I mean, yesterday, if I didn't get caught with some of the walls, I think I would have done a one-stop. So I would have done. I had the ultra softs. I would have done ultra soft, just to last it, but I kept hitting the wall every time with no assist, and it's a tough track when you're doing no assist as well. But these guys here, they will have there's some important corners, isn't there, as well?
Yeah, it's a tough track for no assist, being a street circuit and being normally a public road. The Ferrari of Saab just coming down to turn 3. Certainly a challenging little corner with no assists, but certainly in this league assists are allowed. Saab keeping it very clean through sector 1 at the moment. Notorious, I believe, in the Haas tonight. So that could be a little challenge for him tonight.
Yes, definitely. As you said, I'm just watching Saab now, doing his lap in now. I need to put these. Oh, Miles has retired from the session.
Yeah, he's put it in the wall. I can't actually see where on track, but he's definitely put it in the wall and lost his front left tyre. What?
Yeah.
Just a quick question, Mark. What battles are you anticipating tonight? What ones are you looking forward to?
Oh, that's a tough one because depending on the car situation and depending on how everyone does. I mean, last week there was quite a few good battles going on,
Mhm.
especially in the midfield. So I'm guess I reckon Narayan and Delange
Yeah, both
will
in
have a
the
good battle
Sauber.
because it's the
Both
same.
in the Sauber tonight.
So Narayan, sorry, and Delange, them two.
Mhm.
And Delange has done a 128.
Yeah,
So
it
that's a
looks
good
as
one.
if Delange is going to be going for a longer strategy initially. As Mike just flirts with the wall there, just coming out of the last corner. So he's definitely electing for the long strategy initially, hoping to go on a quicker tyre at the end, possibly to catch out some of the quicker cars in the soft tyre.
I mean, how about you, Craig? Who do you think will be the best battle or you're looking forward to tonight?
Just looking at the quality times at the moment with Cloudy Balloons and Nicky, with 2 10 separating them. That
Yeah.
looks as if that could be a close battle, as well as JFM UFC and Kilo. Again, another 2 10s. 2 10s behind Kilo is Saab. So we could have at least 1, 2, 3 battles at least that I can identify at the moment with Fast Going and Notorious setting very, very similar lap times with 3 thousandths
Oh,
of a second separating them.
Jesus Christ! Good. Cloudy Balloons has done a 24.7. Not, sorry, 1 minute 24.7. Not 24.7 seconds.
And that's definitely impressive in the Toro Rosso.
That is one hell of a lap. Fair
Well,
play.
he's definitely set the benchmark early in qualifying. Just a little under 6 minutes remaining. So, what has the other drivers got in reply to Cloudy Balloon's early statement in qualifying?
Hang on, Craig. 2 times, Nitro, out of nowhere, overtook pole position. Now, will he make a hat-trick?
Sorry to interrupt you there, Malk, but Mike is set at 124.76 hundredths of a second slower than Cloudy Balloons.
Jesus Christ.
But I know what you're getting at. Nitro's certainly crept up in the last 2 races and claimed pole on the last moments of qualifying. And it sounds as if you're expecting him to go for the hat trick tonight.
I am indeed. Because we didn't pick him, but I bet you any money it's going to be a jinx. And he won't get it.
Well, Nitro is on his outlap at the moment now, but I think he's got a bigger challenge tonight in the Williams that is notoriously understeery. So it could be quite a challenge to master the Williams round a street circuit, as the Toro Rosso makes room for him.
Yeah, I'm just watching him now. But don't get me wrong, because he's got that Mercedes powered, so he should have at least the straight line speed
Well,
a little bit.
I think one driver that you can't rule out as well is Tactics in the Renault, who has been impressive in some of the slower cars in the last 2 races.
Oh yeah. And don't forget Rick. I know he had a bad race last week, but he did have a good qualifying lap, if I remember it right. So here we go. Can Nitro start on this lap now? What time do you reckon Nitro will get it?
I think with the Mercedes power unit, he should be in the low 25s. I'll go for a 25 flat.
Ooh.
As Nitro just approaches turn 3, he did overcook it a little bit in the brakes. He would have certainly lost a little bit of time there. Hopefully can make that up in sector 2 and 3. Oh, Tactics!
Oh! Core Tactics! Damn! Nice. 24, 1 minute 24.6. And I do interrupt. Sorry, Craig. As he was going to say.
Certainly no issues here. I was speaking to Muffet yesterday. He did indicate that he wasn't going to qualify the night. He didn't want to get in the way of other drivers during quali or at the start of the race. Certainly new to Invictus racing.
Okay.
Which I think is a responsible approach to make. He wants to improve his ability and certainly didn't want to impede other drivers at the same time. But so it'll be really interesting to see what strategy Miles and Muffet choose at the start of the race.
Yeah.
As we just wait for Nitro to post his opening quali time. 7 tenths slower than what I thought. I wonder if turn 3 cost him more than what he'd hoped. So 25.7 puts him in 7th at the moment as he slows down to allow the Toro Rosso past. Yeah, certainly looks as if the Toro Rosso was on a hot lap there.
I'm just watching Nicky now.
Sir Spud coming out on the Red Bull.
Doesn't give him wings yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Narayan back on track as well, fast going in the Mercedes. So it looks if most drivers are coming out. I think Delange might stick with the soft tyre. Although he's sitting 13th, he's definitely on a preferential strategy initially.
Oh! Sorry, Nicky has done a 124.8, so 2 tenths off core tactics. That's a good lap for me.
Looks if core tactics maybe had an issue there. He was crossing the grass to go into the pit lane.
He hasn't got time to do another lap. I'm just watching Cloudy Balloons.
So Cloudy Balloons, he's just touched the grass, he was putting the power down. Mike and the Red Bull also going on at his hot lap. I think Nicky might actually be on his. Saab's elected to stay in the pits. GFM UFC on track in the Haas, as well as I think Nitro's on his in lap.
Here we go.
So as we join Cloudy Balloons in the Toro Rosso. Can he improve on the 24.7? Oh! He just clipped the curb, lit up the rear tyres, lost traction, put it into the wall.
Oh my God.
Yellow flag sector 1.
Oh! That was close then for Mike. Mike would have been lost a bit of concentration there.
It looked as if we might have had a repeat incident between Speedcube and iMakers last night. Sector 1, Sector 2 is showing yellow flags as fast going the tyres from the race. Mike's quickly approaching the Williams ahead. The Williams makes room on the outside as Mike approaches the chicane.
Oh God. Change the...
Are you locked in?
Yeah, I was about to change, but then it just locked out.
Alright, I'm not, so I'm just going to continue with Mike as he goes through the final few corners. Coming up to the tricky penultimate corner. Get your braking correctly, turn the car in early, get it lined up, power down for the final corner, avoid the wall in the way. Oh no, big oversteer! And Mike is crashed in the pit straight. It looked as if he was going wide. He tried to recover it and he'd actually lost the back end. So Mike retiring from qualifying. Nicky just coming through Sector 2 at the moment.
I do apologise if you're watching my stream. Guys, sorry. If you want to watch the continued coverage quickly, go to Craig's stream. Spot!
Oh! It did give him wings, right enough, Malk. You were right. That Red Bull certainly gave him wings. Sir Spud, if I'm right, I think that's his very first pole position. But Nicky coming along the final straight, can he take pole position from Sir Spud? It doesn't improve on 5th. So Sir Spud, certainly elation at the Red Bull garage.
Oh, he'll probably have all them Red Bull drinks after that. Jesus Christ. Fair play to Spud.
So as we just wait for the final cars to complete qualifying, just over a minute to go in the qualifying session. At the moment, we have Sir Spud on pole. I believe that's his very, very first pole position. With Core Tactics 500ths of a second behind, with Cloudy Balloons in third, Mike also in the Red Bull in fourth, Nicky in the Renault in fifth, Sab in the Ferrari in sixth, Notorious in seventh, JFM UFC in the Haas in eighth, Nitro in the Williams in ninth, Kilo in 10th, the Sauber of Narayan in 11th, Fascone in 12th, Delange in the other Sauber in 13th, Rick in the McLaren in 14th, Miles crashed out early in qualifying, will start in 15th, and Muffet, who decided to remain in the pits, will start 16th on the grid.
Oh my God. Fair play to Spud. Spud Core Tactics. That would be a good battle. No.
Well, certainly the run down to turn 1 will be extremely interesting. Starting on the clean side of the track and the outside, but going into turn 1, he can certainly carry the quickest pace into the corner and hopefully open up a gap between himself going into turn 3. Certainly there's an opportunistic move for overtaking going into turn 3. So we'll be looking to break the DRS as quick as possible. But I think it makes for a very exciting race, Mark, with the top 7 within 1 second.
Yeah, that's fair play. That's a good one. But I'm just intrigued now.
If you're enjoying tonight's stream, please post a comment. We do welcome all comments from our viewers, and certainly any questions that are asked, we will try and answer them as best we can.
Yeah. It's time again. Make sure you like, subscribe, make a comment. We do listen to every comment that we can. Sorry, listen.
Read.
Read.
I'll help you there, Mark.
The banter's going now. I've just noticed as well, Nicky has left the session.
Oh,
So
we could have a false start here at the moment.
What's going on?
We'll wait and see. Hopefully we'll get some information from the race steward to see what's going to happen.
Is formation lap on?
I think Mike does like to have it on, but we'll soon see. No, I think we're diving straight into the... No, we are. I thought we were diving straight into the race here. Caught me off guard again.
Yeah.
So hopefully this gives Nicky time to rejoin the session.
I hope so, because everyone else from 6th onwards has just moved up.
So the top 8 drivers are on the ultra soft tyre. That might mean 2 stops, or try and take a long ultra soft stretch to lap 11 and then go on the soft tyre at the end up to lap 29, or they could go for a 2-stop strategy with ultra softs going to lap 8, ultra softs to lap 17, and then super softs to lap 29. I'm pretty certain the soft starters will elect for the 1-stop strategy.
Yeah. So, Craig, usual question. Top 3 race.
I'm going to have to go for Core Tactics for the win.
Ooh, okay.
Cloudy Balloons for second, and I'll go for Notorious in third.
Notorious in third. Okay.
I think there's been an incident between JFM UFC and Nitro on the formation lap. So Sir Spud warming up his tyres, leading the pack around a lap. You can see
I bet he's thinking, oh my God, I did not expect first this. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I think the anxiety will be increasing in that cockpit just coming through this final turn. He'll be looking to back the pack up there. He'll be sitting on that track for a while. waiting for everybody else to join and reform on the grid. And he'll be losing tyre temp and brake temp.
Okay. I don't think Mickey's back in.
I didn't see him join.
No, so he might miss out on this.
It should have actually been a restart.
Yeah, should have been. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go! Core tactics!
Oh, Core Tactics has got a great start. He's actually got the inside and they run into turn 1. Wheelie wheel by Spud. Spud gets a bit squeezed by Core Tactics. Core Tactics takes the lead going into turn 3. But it looks as if Cloudy Balloons has also moved up as well into second. Oh, I think that was Spud trying his nose in the inside there. Oh, there's a couple of bits of carnage at the back of the grid there. I don't know who was involved at the time. It looks as if there's a slow Williams.
Yeah, Kilo and Miles have dropped out. I'm not sure what else has happened. But Miles has dropped right
yellow
down
flags,
to 15.
yellow flags, Kilo. I think he's lost his front wing. And he's got he's got a fast Toro Rosso and Ferrari coming up behind.
I'm just watching JFM.
Cloudy Balloons retired from the session.
Oh my God! I don't know what happened there. Did you catch that?
I didn't catch it, but it's certainly terminal damage.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I certainly didn't catch what happened there. But he's made a collision with either another car or the wall. Gap now 1.8 of a second to Mike, which is now increased to 1.3 as he crosses the line. Sir Spud currently down in 4th behind the Haas car of Notorious.
Just watching Nitro, JFM, Fasco and Rick battling out for 6th place. So it looks like it's going to be a good battle going on.
Yeah, JFM stuck behind. Oh, Nitro had a bit of a slide.
Has he lost?
No, I think he's actually... I think he's kept it, but JFM is all over the back of him.
I know, I'm watching it from the back of there.
And fast going in the Mercedes wants in on the action as well. With Nitro goes defensive, he loses exit pace. JFM going round the outside, going into the chicane of turns 11 and 12. Yep, certainly thinks better of it, but that'll allow fast going and Rick and the McLaren behind to get even closer. It looks as if Nitro's actually fighting with the Williams at the start of this race.
He is indeed.
The gap now at the front down to 0.7 is a second, 0.2. Oh, Mike having a run into turn 1 with Core Tactics. DRS not activated until next lap, of course. Wheel turn 1. Oh, he gets a little squeeze. He goes onto the grass. Core Tactics maintains his lead. But certainly Red Bull and Mike's not willing to give up at this stage.
No, but Spud was closing in on Notorious then. But I'm going to watch Pascal. Pascal coming up to JFM. You said, JFM.
I'm just joining with Spud. He's all over the back. He's all over the back of Notorious, so certainly eager to get on down the track. Just a comment from Cloudy Balloons. He thought we were going to restart and retired on purpose. So I don't know what's actually happening on track, but looks as if there's been a mix-up as we're approaching the chicane of turn 11 and 12. Mike closing right in behind Core Tactics in the Renault. And we actually have the other Red Bull behind Notorious. So the Red Bull's certainly putting up some fight tonight.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, noticed some of the comments as well, but we'll have to discuss this after the race on this one. but I'm watching Vasco keeping up on 6th place. That is a good start for him. But needs to hold fire from Nitrogash.
As we go into turn 1, turn 2, run down into turn 3, Mike will have DRS to get closer to Cod Tactics in the Renault ahead. Just a comment from Cloudy, he felt that someone had said something to restart the race, and yet nothing was done about it. It should actually have been restarted because Nicky hadn't rejoined.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they didn't say it, but we'll have to discuss it after on this, but
it looks as if there's been an incident with JFM. He's actually lost places. He's down to 9th behind Rick.
Just double checking. It looks like he hasn't got any front wing damage or anything. But he's closing in on Rick now.
Yeah, he's going round the outside, approaching turn 11. I think there was just a slight nick of the wheels. Don't know if JFM's received front wing damage after contact with the wall.
No, he hasn't. I'm just looking at it now. But Spud closing in on Notorious. He must have a good exit here. He's got to have a good exit. He's got DRS. He's not closing in quick enough. He might have a second chance here. For Nitrogash has moved up to 6th now. Past the Fascon.
Well, as a battle between the Haas and the McLaren continues, coming down to turn 3, Fascon's having a little look. He's having a little look at Nitro.
Sorry, Notorious has just went wide, but Red Bull's Spud.
Spud's still all over the back of Notorious ahead in the Haas. He just can't find a way by. He's having a little look in the inside, but he just can't get close enough to make a pass.
No, I can't. But go back to Fasco now, because there's quite a few battles going on here. JFM's closing in on Rick again. Just got a comment from someone saying got told we were restarting, so I crashed out on purpose. Is it too late for restart?
That'll be cloudy. That'll be cloudy balloons.
I'm not sure.
I just sent a message saying there's no way for us to tell the guys. It should have been restarted.
Yeah.
But that's down to Spud and Mike on the track.
Yeah.
Oh, Spud's actually even closer to Notorious. He will get DRS. I wonder if he'll actually throw one up the inside of turn 3. He's certainly losing time, being stuck behind the Haas, but he can see Mike and he can see Cod Tactics slightly ahead. Oh, Notorious having a bit of a slide as he actually put the power down.
Oh, Rick's closing in on Fasco. I'm saying a couple more comments from Cloud Balloons, I think. It says Nicky got kicked, and then it says someone said something about a restart.
Sorry to interrupt there, Mal, but Spud just went down the inside of Haas, and he's actually made the move. He moved sticking out, so Spud moved up to 3rd. Mike's still 2/10 behind Cod Tactics as they go through the chicane turn 11-12. Mike is even closer, or as closest as he's been all race. I think Mike's just waiting for his opportunity to get DRS around the pit straight and possibly up to the run to turn 3 as well. So as we stick with the leaders, Mike has a little look in the inside of Cod Tactics. Cod Tactics left the door open. Oh, Mike's made a move to the inside. They will have DRS. It's a drag race down to turn 1. It's a drag race into turn 1. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? Oh, Cod Tactics makes a move inside. Mike gives him room. That's allowing Cod Tactics to carry the pace into turn 1. He takes the position back, but Mike's not giving up. He's got DRS in the run down to turn 3. Contact Tactics goes defensive. Mike's trying to go round the outside and does! He's got the inside for the next turn. Mike looks to put his nose ahead. Contact Tactics runs slightly wide. And Mike makes a move stick. Great wheel-to-wheel racing.
Sorry to interrupt, Craig. That was great racing. Now, Spud. He's closing right in on Core Tactics. Now.
But with Core Tactics, I think missed his breaking point.
It might be the dirty air then.
So we're going to see a straight fight from F2 teammates, and both guys in the same car, the Red Bull. So we're going to see a battle between Mike and Spud for the lead of the race. The gap 1.1 seconds.
Yeah.
GFM UFC had actually got the move done in Rick off screen, and he finds himself behind Nitro in 7th.
Just had another comment from Clara Balloons again. Hopefully he can get it sorted so Neil had a good chance. Like I said, Clara Balloons, we do not know what's happened. We'll have to speak to it after the race. We can't do anything about it now because it's 8 laps now. So we'll have to sort something out. Core Tactics and Notorious has pitted. So it's a tough call to go for the softs. I would say that was a bit too early for softs.
We're entering the point of the two-stop strategy. I wonder if that's...
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if they've maybe burned their ultra softs while fighting on track.
Oh, Nitro's just gone wide. Sorry to interrupt there, Craig. But
I'm just looking at Rick's viewpoint, a perfect position for the battle for 5th position. Rick's just waiting to pounce and any contact or mistake by both drivers ahead.
Yeah, I'm just watching from Rick. Clara Balloons has left the session. Can't do anything about it. JFM holding on for 6th place, but he's pressuring from Rick.
Yeah, I think that was the opportunity that Rick was looking for. GFM went deep into the chicane. He's put his wheels slightly on the grass. That's allowing Rick to come even closer.
What are you thinking about so far, Craig?
It's been really good, but it looks as if GFM was struggling for understeer there, but he has elected to go into the pits. So both Nitro and GFM have chosen to go for the pit stop. The gap now 2.1 seconds between Mike and Sir Spud at the front, followed by Narayan in 3rd, Fast going in 4th, Rick in 5th, Notorious in 6th, who's went on to softs. Core Tactics has went for the super soft. So that looks to me to be a two-stop strategy. Delange in 8th, Nitro in 9th, who's actually come out in super softs. So again, two-stop strategy. GFM Ultra Soft two-stop strategy. Muffet up to 11th, Kilo in 12th, Sab in 13th. And he's actually all over the back of Kilo.
I'm just watching Notorious and Core Tactics for 6th and 7th, respectively. I tell you what, this is intense moments here in Australia Grand Prix. And this.
Sab runs wide, actually goes onto the curb and actually loses 4/10 to Kilo ahead. Core Tactics has closed down Notorious ahead. The gap now 4/10 of a second.
But Core Tactics is right at the back of Notorious then.
Yeah, on the quicker tyre. He needs to get this move done if he's wanting his strategy to work. He will have the use of DRS. Tucks into the slipstream, moves out, looking to go for the inside into turn 1.
He's done the move.
Yeah, and he will have
Fantastic.
DRS to open up the gap to Notorious as well, so COD Tactics moves up to 6th.
But Sab's closing right in on Kilo.
Yep, the gap 0.3 of a second. Certainly will find the power, Ferrari power, strong advantage going down with DRS into turn 1. I think he'll think better of it, and he'll wait for turn 3.
Oh, okay.
But it looks as if Kilo got the better exit going out of turn 1 and maintains the gap. So Saab not close enough yet.
No, Nitro Gas is closing in on Delange now.
Oh, it has a little look on the outside.
Oh!
I think Narayan Delange just shut the door. Mercedes power unit in the Williams. Oh, Nitro's all the back. Oh, slight contact. And Nitro's just clipped the wall. Certainly front wing damage, and it will require a pit stop. If he goes onto the soft tyre, he should be able to make it to the end of the race.
Yeah,
GFM UFC and Delange going wheel to wheel. What? Oh, what Nitro runs off and goes into the gravel. COD Tactics sets the fastest lap by 1:27.6. Yellow flags in sector 3. I think that'll be for Nitro going off into the gravel.
Yeah. He's lost a whole of the front wing. All closed.
And Kilo and the Ferrari of Saab still fighting. Kilo runs wide, goes onto the grass. That's allowed Saab to go through into the final corner ahead. And moves up into 10th. So Saab in the points.
I'm impressed with fast going at the minute. In 4th. I think that's the best highest ever. At the minute, hasn't it?
I'm just going to check and see if he's actually pitted yet. Fast Going has not pitted yet, so he will be going for the one-stop strategy, but he is in a strong position at the moment in 4th. So drivers yet to pit. I'm just checking now if I can find it. So drivers yet to pit. Mike actually is in the pits, so I say that. Narayan, Fast Going, Rick, Delange and Muffet all yet to pit.
Okay. It's very interesting on this, but Narayan is doing well on the soft tyres of the Sauber.
Certainly impressive with the Sauber.
Saab and Kilo have got a 3-second time penalty.
Fast Going currently 0.8 of a second behind Narayan for second. Narayan on the soft tyre with Fast Going and super soft. So certainly advantage Mercedes at the moment.
I don't know about that at the minute, because JFM has got a 3-second time penalty. Because the Narayan of Sauber, it's just pulling away a little bit here and there. But at least he'll lose that on the straights. But it's certainly impressive for Narayan at the minute.
Yeah, I think at the moment Narayan's going to have to defend for his life. But this isn't a battle that Narayan actually has to have at this time in the race, as Narayan will be going longer than Fast Going in this race. In fact, Narayan will be on the quicker tyre, whereas Fast Going might have to allow for the soft at the end.
I mean, if you were seeing Fast Going's position now, what would you? What lap would you pit in? If you was Fast Going now.
If I couldn't get by Narayan on this lap, I would have to come in the next lap, on lap 13. That is the optimum point of coming in on the super soft tyres. If I couldn't get by on the next lap, I would actually have to pit. That's what approach I would take.
Okay. Spud has pitted for soft tyre.
Well, it looks as if I might get the job done in Rick going into turn 1. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 as well. GFM sets fastest lap at 27.6. Yellow flag sector 2.
Nigel Gas has retired from the session.
As Narayan moves up to first place, Fast Going in second, the gap 0.9 of a second. COD Tactics is actually putting the pressure on Rick. The gap's down to half a second. So Rick could actually lose 2 positions in half a lap.
He could do. He could do on this.
But
it's very intense at the minute.
But Rick actually has the advantage that Cod Tactics could have to pit again, where Rick could actually just do the one stop.
I don't know, but Cod Tactics is going to overtake.
Yeah, I think Rick decided that wasn't a fight that was appropriate this time in the race. He certainly gave Cod Tactics a lot of room to take the position. Fastcone does pit. He couldn't get by Narayan. He does pit at this point in the race. Rick still within DRS of Cod Tactics in the Renault.
Oh, it's been intense first half of this. Will we see some more action packed in the second half?
So Fastcone has went the soft tyre. He is going to the end of the race.
This is very intense at the minute. And now it's all a bit gaps now.
Yeah, we're just waiting for each driver's strategy to play out at a moment. I'm sure near the end of the race, once all the strategies are played out, it will bring drivers closer together again. So drivers are just looking to open up the gap in the clear air to try and give themselves the best advantage at the end.
Yeah, hopefully.
So Sir Spud is actually catching Rick, the gap 1.5 seconds. Sir Spud pitted of course, whereas Rick has yet to.
I'll go for Spud might get in the top 3 here. If he plays his cards right.
I think he could actually go in for a second. If Cod Tactics still has to pit, and so does Rick, it could be that Mike's in first at the moment because Narayan has yet to pit, and with Cod Tactics possibly needing to pit, Rick definitely, Spud could actually move up to second.
Yeah, but he might just overtake Rick in a bit.
Yeah, he's definitely caught up to me in turn 1 DRS. Could he see a banzai into turn 3? He's having a look.
Banzai!
Oh, he's thinking better of it. He didn't want to risk it for a biscuit, Malk.
Aye, that's my copyright.
But he is really close on the gearbox of Rick. Oh, the power of the Red Bull, far mightier than the Honda.
What? Ah, a Red Bull there.
I think that was it was a combination of the mightier engine and fresher tyres as well. So Spud getting the move done early. Cod Tactics is 1.3 seconds behind Mike. Cod Tactics on the quicker tyre, of course.
I tell you what, fair play to Spud.
Oh, the Ferrari of Saab all over the back of Delange. The gap 0.3 of a second. So could we see Saab move up into 9th?
Mike's closing in on Narayan now.
Narayan still to pit, of course. Yeah, I think
could have a top 3 battle here.
I think Mike will wait for the second DRS run. And then he'll be hoping that Narayan holds up Cod Tactics, who's closing down quickly. So Mike needs to get this move done. Otherwise, Cod Tactics is going to he's going to be putting pressure on him. But Narayan certainly won't make this easy for Mike or Cod Tactics.
No, but Saab has overtook Delange now. I don't know if there was an incident or what. I don't know. Just watching Mike closing right in on the right now.
Yeah, certainly Mike doesn't want to risk any damage because he does have a possible win here tonight, but he really needs to get this move done because Cod Tactics is within striking distance. The gap 0.4 of a second. His Cod Tactics is a little bit of a moment there. It looks as if he lost the rear end grip. Yeah, I think Mike's been really cautious at the moment. He'll be looking to pounce. Cod Tactics gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Yeah, Mike's going to throw it down the outside. Oh, Narayan doesn't make it easy.
But Cod lose out to Cod Tactics?
Yeah, Cod Tactics is all over the back of Mike as well. Oh, Core Tactics had a little dive up the inside. There's a clash of wheels, but Core Tactics has got the higher ground and just gives Mike a little squeeze. So certainly Mike's patience has actually worked against him. And this has also allowed Spud to close down as well. So, disaster for Mike at the moment.
I tell you what, this is intense. I'm intense, you're intense.
Oh, Mike! Looks as if the Reynolds went off track. I don't know what actually happened there. I joined just at the end, but there was a gap there and Mike took it, and it was slight contact between himself and Core Tactics.
I didn't see what caused it, but I did see Mike go through the inside. But as in, like, you know, if he caught the tyre or what, or lost it.
Yeah, it was certainly contact as Mike went through.
But we'll have to wait and see on this. Yellow flags in sector 2, but Notorious is closing right in on Rick now. Three tenths now. He had a look there.
Yeah, I think Notorious is just waiting for DRS, but I think we might see Rick go into the pit stop now and go on the super soft tyre. Those soft tyres will be screaming. If he goes a bit longer, Rick's going to go on the ultras at the end.
I reckon lap 20, but he might not have enough because Notorious is on the inside. And we took it well, but
Rick's not giving up. Rick's actually putting his nose back in there. He's just tucked in behind Notorious and he's getting the slipstream. Notorious with DRS home, of course, but he didn't get the gap that he was hoping for. So Rick's still close behind Notorious, still to pit, of course.
Oof. I'll tell you what. I know I keep repeating, but this is intense.
So the two drivers that have yet to make a pit stop is Rick in 5th position and Delange in 10th. Kilo has made 2 pit stops, and the other drivers have actually made 1.
It could be because of like contact and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's possibly due to wing damage. So we might see Rick either come in the end of this lap or the next for the ultra soft tyre.
Yes.
And Fast going in 8th is catching Narayan 7th. Oh, a little bit of a understeer there going through the chicane will certainly cost him time.
Core Tactics is closing in on Sport now.
Yep, they got 1.3 seconds as Spud gets a 3-second penalty. So Mike currently in a commanding position in this race again. They got 2.2 seconds.
The Ryan's JFM was pitted again.
Yeah, he was on the ultra soft tyre, so he's went for the double ultra soft strategy and super soft at the end. So a standard 2-stop strategy.
Sabs moved to 8th.
Gap between the Renault of Core Tactics and Red Bull of Spud 1.5 seconds. And Fast going closing down the Ryan, the gap 1.4. So certainly a stellar job from the Ryan in the Sauber tonight. Getting 6th as Kilo just moves past Delange. Delange in the pits, puts on the quicker tyre. So he's went on the ultra soft and he'll be quick for the remainder of this race. Muffet down in 12th at the moment. So Michael, all Mike has to do is hold the gap between himself and Spud. Although it is a 2.3 second gap, I don't think Mike's picked up any penalties. So realistically, that's a 5-second gap that it has to Spud, and a 7-second gap to Core Tactics, who I'll be surprised if he takes the super softs to the end of this race.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised.
Fast going, I think, just outside DRS activation of the Sauber of Narayan ahead. And Rick Pitts, yep, Rick Pitts for the ultra softs. Rick Pitts, there, spit it out.
Yeah, is that Rick? Oh, never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Gonna have an ultra soft and quicker than you.
Well, we'll wait to see.
Okay, that was
so,
crap. Sorry.
Fast going's got the gap down to 0.7 a second to Narayan. Can he get the Mercedes power to work in his favour? So we're on lap 20 of 29. Oh, Mike must have had an incident. Mike must have had an incident because the gap is now 1.5 seconds to Spud. So I don't know if I don't know if Mike's had a moment, but Spud is catching Mike at a tremendous rate. The gap 1.1. Yeah, Core Tactics, I imagine, will go the ultra soft tyre. It might come out just behind the Ryan.
But Spud under 1 second. Oh, it was 1 second.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have DRS this lap, but he'll certainly have it the next. So Spud sees a fellow Red Bull in his sights and he'll be hunting for blood. He'll be wanting that win after securing pole. Gap 1.2 seconds. So if Spud gets...
Sorry, here's a question for you, Craig.
Yep.
Do you reckon Spud will do it? Or do you think Mike can hold on?
Well, he might get the move done. He has closed Mike down at a tremendous rate, but after that, Spud's going to have to open up a 3-second gap to secure this win with that penalty. Fast going still behind Narayan. Narayan is on the quicker tyre, but the Mercedes power unit should trump that easily. Gap now 0.8 of a second.
Sab's pitted again. So okay, that's moving to 9th. So Fast goes closing in on the right. 8/10.
One thing I've noticed though with Fast going, he is going up to 8th gear too quick, and he's certainly not maximising the power of the Mercedes car, because when he's in 8th gear his revs are really low, so he's certainly not getting the full oomph of the Mercedes car.
Possibly,
and they'll Fast going will need to watch, because he's got a Renault car of Core Tactics behind in the quickest tyre compound. The gap only 2.3 seconds.
Yeah.
So if Fast going's going to make this move, he's going to have to do it quick. Saab within 1.2 seconds of Kilo in the Force India ahead.
Oh, Rick, I'm never gonna give you 127.7.
Yeah, Rick certainly making those ultra softs work for him in the McLaren Honda. Kilo gets a 3-second penalty. Saab half a second behind, going through the final turn. He will get DRS. He's tucked right in behind the slipstream. It's Ferrari power against Mercedes power. Kilo holds the gap going into turn 1, but Saab will get another stab at it going into turn 3. But it looks as if that Force India is very sleek in a straight line. Oh, a slight lock up by Kilo. Fast going 3/10 of a second now behind Narayan.
Yeah, I'm just watching that now. I tell you what, this is close.
Is that Renault gets ever bigger in the wing mirrors of Fast going?
I'm just going to say Spud still 9/10, but Notorious is slowing right down. But
so Fast going will get the DRS, but Core Tactics will get a double slipstream plus DRS.
Here we go.
So Narayan could lose 2 positions in the next few corners.
I don't know, Fast goes broken.
Oh, Core Tactics goes a little bit deep. There's slight contact between himself and the Mercedes. Oh, God, Tactics runs wide. I think he was trying to give Fast Going room. As Saab also gets the 3-second penalty. So Ryan will be rubbing his hands the more these two rub.
Left.
I don't know what's happened. Saab was actually going down the pit straight as he left the session. So Spud down to half a second behind the race leader Mike.
As you said, he needs to build another 3 seconds. Here we go. Two Red Bulls firing out.
I don't expect a move into turn 1, but we could see it in turn 3. It just depends who gets a better exit. It looks as if both drivers are fairly equal, but DRS will be given to Spud. Mike just keeping a safe enough gap for him to prevent Spud from making a move.
Yeah, but I'm watching Core Tactics fast go. And the Ryan.
Yeah, I think the Ryan might actually lose it going into turn 1 now as Core Tactics, makes a move for the inside.
What a move!
Core Tactics gets it done. Fast Going could actually pounce on the Sauber as well.
We do so for the technical pause.
Yeah, for some reason that got on my screen.
Oh, okay. We'll just double check. The fast go, while Christ sorting out that, fast go is sorting out Narayan. Sorting out with Narayan? Try overtake Narayan now. No, he's still fair.
I've got a feeling I'm possibly going to get kicked for this session. I'm trying not to. It looks as if everything's slowing down for me, so it could be my connection with the lobby that's under threat. Spud has a gap down to 8.8 seconds to Mike, so Mike still holding on to that gap over his teammate in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
But Fast Going just can't get any closer to that Sauber of Narayan. I'm wondering if he's maybe just running too high a wing for the Australian Grand Prix.
Possibly. But Fastco's closing in on the right now. Oh. Do the bonsai! Do the bonsai. Right, Fastco still...
runs a little bit wide there, just clips a curve, will certainly affect his overall pace and it'll allow the Sauber and Narayan to eke it out a little bit. But I have noticed Fast Going sliding a little, so certainly having issues with traction. Spud's gap to Mike's opened up to 1.2 seconds, so the Red Bull engine could be overheating and resulting in a loss of power.
Possibly, but it's very intense here. Here we go, Fast Go, under 3/10 now. He's out of luck. He's under 2/10 now. Okay. Come on. Right. Here we go. Fast go. Overtake. He's overtaking the right. And he's done the move.
Oh, he's went on the grass. Losing the Ryan to come back at him. And the Ryan retakes 5th.
Fastco will be thinking, what do I have to do to overtake? I overtake? You overtake? It doesn't work like that. Great success.
You couldn't help it.
That's it. Oh, sorry. I'll retire. Nah, on that one.
Spud losing another half a second to Mike ahead. The gap now 1.7. He's actually got it down to 1.6. But the battle for 5th continues between the Sauber of Narayan, who just clips the grass, and the Mercedes of Fast Going.
It's very intense here on that one. Can Pascal try to overtake Narone again?
He's certainly run out of time. Got 2 laps remaining. He's going to have to get it done.
He's got to do the bonsai. He's got to do it. He's just wasting a lot of time. Here we go.
It's definitely not on for turn 1, but if he gets a good exit, he's going to get it for turn 3.
I don't know.
Yep. Oh, no, he's broke himself. Yeah, and it's resulted in terminal damage. Yep, broke far too late, locked up the brakes, and he's out. So yellow flag sector 1. Narayan breathes a sigh of relief there.
Did you? I saw in from the front rear of Pascal. Narayan went on the right, then back onto the left. I don't know if that's what's lost his concentration on the brake. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that bit, Craig.
Yeah, I just caught it as he went through. So a gap down to 1 second now at the front between Mike and Spud. I wonder if Spud, knowing that he's got a time penalty, if he's just settled in to P2 and he's happy just to take that, and that there's no need to risk an off between both Red Bulls. So
risk it for a biscuit.
We could see time orders here, and both drivers just hold position. I mean, the next driver's notorious, 21.2 seconds down the track, with Core Tactics in 4th. Narayan holding on to 5th with Rick in 6th. 7th is JFM UFC, 3.2 seconds behind Rick. Kilo in 8th. Delange in 9th, another impressive performance from Delange in the Sauber. Saab in 10th, who actually had left the session, Muffet having a bit of a slide in 12th, but that will be net 10th due to Saab leaving the session. So Muffet could score the first points of the season if he finishes tonight's race. Yep, as they actually overtake Delange in 9th. Oh, Spud goes wide there. Just clips the grass.
Come on, let's see some 2 in the beds. Come on. He's got to do it. No? Mike's been really impressive tonight, hasn't he?
He's certainly been consistent. I thought his patience might have been to his own downfall, but he's certainly stuck to his strategy, and he's did what he needed to do. He's certainly been impressive tonight, and he's my driver of the day.
Your driver of the day?
Yep.
Fair dues. I would have said Spud, because he had the pole, his first ever pole, but I know Mike has done well to keep off everyone else, so it's very tough.
The difference that I've given it to Mike, Mike's actually had to come up and fight. Although Spud lost out at the start, he did fight for P2 back, but certainly Mike's went forward throughout the race, whereas Spud's dropped back but risen again.
Yeah.
So as we just approach the final 2 corners, your race leader Mike is just bringing us on to the pit straight as we're around the corner for the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix. Your race winner, Mike. And Spud takes 2nd from pole position. So congratulations to both Red Bull drivers as they secure P1 and P2 as we wait for the rest of the grid to finish the Australian Grand Prix.
I'll tell you what, that was a good race, to be fair.
I certainly saw some very competitive racing, and congratulations to Notorious for securing 3rd.
Oh, that was a good drive from him.
It certainly was in the Haas, as Narayan takes 4th, Core Tactics takes 5th, Rick takes 6th in an impressive display in the McLaren. GFM UFC in the Haas in 7th. Kilo should take 8th as Delange, Saab and Muffet complete the race, having been lapped, as we just wait for Kilo to finish the race.
Just have a drink. Just to get the questions ready. Certainly very impressive from Mike, so well done to him for winning the Australian Grand Prix. Spud.
Battling out so well, and got 2nd. So it'd be a tie battle between them 2 Red Bull drivers now, because I think there was 4 points of the gap. So they'll have a bit of points between them and Delange, but we'll have to wait and see how they do. Just checking again.
I'm just hoping my gear change.
If you go to good evening, if you go to Spud, if everybody could go to party settings, go to allow your voice to be shared, and please select always allow, and please ensure that you actually have the lobby on your screen so that we can pick up your voice as well.
My voice is shared.
Yeah, I'm still in the lobby. Yeah, I'm still in the lobby.
While the guys are setting up, Mike finishing 1st, Spud in 2nd, Notorious 3rd, Narayan 4th, Core Tactics 5th, Rick 6th, JFM 7th, Kilos 8th, Delange 9th. Muffet would probably move up to 10th. I'm going to check all the penalties. There's quite a lot of warnings here. I'm just going now.
I got one. I know I got one.
But yeah, I just want to say hello to the 3 podium drivers of Mike, Spud and Notorious.
Good
you guys
evening.
okay, well.
Yes.
I'll let Craig to start with the question stuff, so Craig, over to you.
First question is actually to Mike and Spud. Because Nicky couldn't rejoin, we actually anticipated a race restart. Was there any reason why it wasn't?
We don't even know about it.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know anyone had left.
I think it was when it was going to the grid, to be honest with you. Okay. No, I wasn't sure if you were aware of it or not.
Oh, no, we weren't.
Alright, okay.
I was just concentrating on trying to get a good start.
That's fair enough. So firstly, I just want to jump to Spud, just to quickly congratulate you on Paul. But as we move to Mike, or tonight's race winner, it looked when you were battling, I think it was, I can't actually remember who it was, for first place. You were still waiting for them to pit. It might have been Narayan. It looked as if you were being really, really patient, and it looked as if Core Tactics was closing up very quickly.
Yeah, but he had to pit, so there was no need for me to rush or do something careless or what.
Was it always your intention to do the one-stop strategy that you elected for tonight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any points in the race where you felt, yep, I've got this win sewn up, or ooh, it's still a bit risky?
When I saw that Ko had to pit so early, I was trying for him to make a mistake, and I was really, how should I say? I tried to push him into mistakes, and I think he ruined his ultra softs really early on.
Okay.
Then I knew he wouldn't be a big threat when he pitted so early. And I was asking Spud for the tires of the other guys, and then just knew that I and Spud, we actually just cruise home after the stops, and that's it. and me and Spot actually didn't even really race each other for the last 12, 10 laps or something like that.
Okay.
I didn't actually.
Certainly for yourself, Spud, you're in a prime position to control this race right from the get-go. What happened at the race start? Did you go into anti-stall? Did you spin the wheels?
No, I got a decent start. It's just that Core Tactics was on the inside, and I've tried to give him room, and then all of a sudden I've just had to ease off because he'd slightly gone a little bit to the left too much, and it didn't leave me enough room, so I had to like sort of avoid him, and then all of a sudden 4 cars just shot past me before I could get grip again. And I was just fighting Notorious and everyone else at the front.
It also looked at the end of the race that you were closing down Mike fairly quickly. I think it went from 2.5 seconds to you closing right behind him. Did it get to a point where you actually resigned yourself to second when you realised that you had a 3-second penalty?
Yeah, as soon as I got that penalty, I knew I couldn't overtake Mike. There's no way. We had exactly the same wings, so it was virtually impossible unless I did a dive bomb. But I'm not going to risk a dive bomb and knock us both out and get no points. But
Oh, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
you should know me at the end of the race, Craig. I always leave fuel.
You do. You do.
I always leave 3 laps worth of fuel towards the end. That's why I caught him so quick. I just knew I couldn't run that fuel for too long.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I ran out.
Final congratulations to Notorious. 2 weeks and 2 podiums in a row. Certainly very impressive and certainly very consistent. You've actually put yourself in a strong position to be a title challenger. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts going into the final 3 races of the season?
I didn't expect to be coming up into this position now in the ass as well. 2 races in a row with the ass and the podium. Keep giving it to me.
There we go then, Mike. Notorious wants the house again.
Yeah, the allocations after this one will be really tough, I think.
Yeah, I think me and you will be going down a few. Quite a few. Williams up, been Sauber.
Well, it looks Notorious that you've opened up the gap at the top of the table from Delange, who I believe came home in second. Going into China, Mexico and Singapore, I'm wondering what you feel you need to do to maintain that gap. Have you got a game plan going into the final 3 races, or is it pretty much take each race as it comes?
Pretty much keep each race as it comes now, to be honest. Just get practice trying to get the aero down as low as I can.
Is there any of those 3 tracks that you're pretty strong, or are you pretty average, or is there any that you feel you're quite weak at?
I'm pretty average on all of them, and with this, I can do that for now. I can stay consistent in it. I can definitely
Well, I'm hoping. I think Malk might be the same. That those that wield the power of the allocations might give you and Delange a close enough car to battle it out on track. Hint, hint.
Yeah. Money?
Malk, I wonder if you've got any comments for the guys.
Yeah. First off, congratulations, Mike.
Thanks.
Well done. I bet you was pouring with sweat after Spud was trying to close in on you. Or did you felt like, stroll, take it easy, that's it.
We were chatting and joking all the time, so.
Is that the tactic to stop Spud? Distracted.
I had a 3-second penalty and I tried my hardest to catch him on the sauce with rich fuel, but I didn't have enough to overtake him and keep it in rich to pull a gap at least 3 seconds. I didn't have the fuel.
I didn't see any reason why I should risk anything, so so I took
That's
it
fair
easy.
enough. Yeah, that's fair enough, Mike. But it looked like Spud was closing in on you quite a bit from 1 second to 3/10, then back to 1 second, then 2 seconds. But
Yeah,
it's just
I'm telling
intense.
you, we were joking all the time, man.
But I swear, you definitely have buckets next year after that.
Spot was
That's it.
reading the seconds of the guys behind us, so...
Did you expect to win it tonight, Mike? Or did you expect to be like in the podium places?
I thought everything was possible. Podium or win, everything was possible, I think. I was really pissed at myself after the qualifying because I crashed out. Didn't do any good laps in qualifying.
Yeah.
And then when we were talking, I was really happy to start fourth instead of third or something because I was on the inside.
Yeah. I think it's the inside that's the best ones, but it's just like the outside is more better because you can get the inside on turn 2 and
Yeah.
turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. So it's just it just depends on how you get that exit from the start, really. But anywho, fair play to you, Mike, and have some celebration Russian vodka, whatever you do, mate, on that one. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, just a quick one to Mike. Tonight's win sees you actually move up into second place, closing the gap between yourself and Notorious. Do you think you could make a late lunge for the championship?
I think it's too early to say because I don't know my pace or the pace of the others for the final tracks, and I will take your race by race.
Ooh, that's... I don't know, Craig. I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you reckon Mike's keeping it a secret there? Oh, no.
Yeah, that's definitely a political answer.
No, we are joking, guys. We are joking.
That's straight out of a politician's handbook. Yep. But to be fair,
Congratulations.
Fun to comment on?
it was some great racing. I noticed that you had a little dive down inside the co-tactics. I think there was slight contact getting into turn 3. I think you actually went a little bit off. But no, there was some really good respectful racing, and it was great to see tonight. Just unfortunate we lost 2 drivers from the start, but you know, hopefully we can improve that next week.
Yeah, of course.
As we were saying, sorry. Once again, congratulations on your win, Mike. Enjoy your Russian vodka all night. I'm not surprised if that ever happened on that one. So I'll leave you to it. So Spud. You had pole, and if you watched the stream, we was all in shock to see you getting pole.
Well, I had to knock cloudy balloons off the top.
Yeah.
Because he was bragging after yesterday's practice that he needed another second. We was a second slower than him. Obviously, we was in the Red Bull and he's in the Mercedes. And he said, you need to get another second. I thought, you know what, I'm going to prove a point tonight. I am going to whop your ass and get pole.
Oh, fighting talk from Sir Spud. Fighting talk.
Handbags and grab rags on this one.
To be honest, last night though, we was doing a bit of practice around here, and I was trying to do a lap, and he was staying in front of me and slowing me down.
Okay.
And you know, and then he started bragging that I needed an extra second, which gave me the passion to get pole tonight. I
Fair play.
from the wheels off that Red Bull tonight to get it on pole.
Fair play, Spud. But I am not happy because I lost the best because I was expecting Nitro to get his hat trick of poles. So thanks, Spud. I ruined it. But we was all dead happy for you, Spud, to get pole. You just need that boost.
You saw me crashing out in qualifying on the stream?
Yeah, we did.
No?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, I was so angry.
Oh.
I was
Okay.
surprised I beat Mike actually in qualifying.
Yeah, I was going for a slightly quicker lap than yours.
Because I knew you're quicker than me, we had exactly the same car, virtually the same setup. So it was just like, well, Jesus, I've got pole. I'll beat Mike. No way. Well, I was happy then, I thought, yes, I'm in front of Mike.
So just
You did really great in qualifying.
Just before we wrap up tonight, guys, one final question. And the question is to all of yous, favourite moment in tonight's race? First question goes to Notorious.
Yes.
Favorite moment was back in with Prix.
Oh, okay.
Spud, same question.
Overtaking Rick. That's an easy one, man. Going down to the end of the first sector, he's made a slight mistake. I'm catching him like a rocket, and I've just gone on the inside, broke really late.
I caught
and then
that.
just shoved it on the inside.
I caught it in helicopter cam.
What a move! Thought I've never done that before, but on Rick. You know, I know how quick he is. I know he's in the Mercedes, but I know how quick he is. And to do a move like that on someone like that, yeah, that was the highlight of my race. If I'd have won, then it'd have been better.
And finally, Mike, favourite moment of the race?
Crossing the finish line.
It's an easy one, isn't it?
That's the most straight answer we've ever heard on that one.
Well, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations again to Mike on tonight's win. Spud for second and Notorious in third. Look forward to joining you next week in the Chinese Grand Prix.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. See you later. See you later.
Well done. And then we Mike.
I would have Notorious. I just didn't know I was going to pull away from you when I overtook you. I really did. I was like, oh no. I got to. That's what wasted my fuel. I did like, but just to try and pull a gap on you because I knew I needed a gap.
I was trying to
That's
catch
where
someone who was coming over the pit.
That's where my fuel went. But
I'll see you later, guys.
catch us later. See you later.
While the guys are off the...
Well, it looks as if that conversation is going to be carrying on into the paddock tonight.
Definitely. Craig, what was your bestest moment?
I think seeing some of the battles going into turn one, it was wheel to wheel. Very respectful. Fair enough, there was a little bit of squeezing sometimes. But yeah, some really tough racing tonight. But definitely respectful enough to give each other room. I think there might have been some incidents in the race. So we'll see if anything gets reported to the stewards, and certainly that will be dealt with accordingly. But no, I think overall, some good racing, some good battles, some little bits of wheel banging, getting the elbows out. But no, another thrilling race from the Performance League. And certainly hope that tomorrow's leagues can deliver as well and maintain the high standard that's set out on site.
Yes, definitely.
And yourself, Mark, what was your favourite moment of the race?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Seeing Spud gain pole, that was my favourite moment. But in the race itself, I think what Spud said, overtook Rick, but it was intense. I know I kept repeating it all night, and it'd be like intense. But yeah, it was happy to see Mike win and give him that bit of a boost tonight, and Spud to get second now, so that should close the gap on Delange now. If my calculations are correct, Delange will be on 69.
Yeah, and I made another error tonight referring to F2 when I was asking Notorious about his lead in the championship. I was looking at the F2 table. I just can't shake
We
F2.
We are sorry for any technical difficulties again.
Certainly, Mike does move up into second. Notorious does close the gap to Delange. There's certainly 3 races to go, and it's definitely all to play for in the driver's title. So some very exciting stuff. I hope that the allocations reflect slightly what's going on in the table, and it brings Delange and Notorious closer on track, so we can actually see them fighting it out on track.
Do you think they would have the Sauber or a bit higher cars if you had the decision? Or was that a tough one to
It's a tough one because, I'm not in that position to see everybody else's pace. I don't remember what allocations have happened previously.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what allocations Mike and Spud come up with in the final 3 races. But I'm certainly, whatever happens, will make for great racing on track and certainly for great expectation.
Yeah.
We'll still have the same Mike.
Yeah. Mike's just chilled out.
He's crept back into the commentator's box.
Are you guys finished? What's the rush? Oh my god. Everyone's coming in. Come on in. Come on in.
I hadn't left. I was just sitting here listening.
Okay.
We will finish off.
I didn't turn the mic off so you couldn't hear me.
Sorry.
Just
want to say
sick and Craig, sorry.
Anyway, I'll give you some Russian drink, Spud, after we've shouted Mike. Right, we do apologise for this, but we would like to thank Craig for his commentary and the fantastic racing performance. Hopefully we'll have a really good battle next week at the China Grand Prix. And like I said, thank you very much, Craig, for your commentary.
Thank you, Malk. Look forward to finishing the rest of the season with you.
Yes, definitely. With the right stats.
With the right stats.
Yeah, I'll let you off this time, Craig. No, don't do it again on that one. I commentate, he commentates. I get the right stats, he does not get the right stats. Great success.
You couldn't help it. But thanks everybody for those that joined us tonight, and look forward to seeing you in China.
See you later,
guys. Cheers.